if you can create a quick turnover, that forward so often on the wrong side of his check.
Loose puck picked up by Zucker. He pushes it ahead for Pominville. Back to Zucker. Score!
Well, they didn't technically win the faceoff, but what they won was possession. We talked so much about how you solve the problem of not winning a draw. Well, it's called your wingers. And Zucker puts it home.
Surgically try to attack Pekka Rinne.
Haula wins the draw for Minnesota. Brodin across to Suter. Chased by Cullen as he sends it ahead. Haula couldn't catch it cleanly. Throws one toward the net, and it's gloved and held by Rinne.
Factor. When you have just under a 94 save percentage, especially given the amount of games you played, that's great.
There's a chance and they score. Yarncroke walks in and got Kemper to go down, slides it into the empty net, and Calle Yarncroke has tied the game.
Didn't work, but he's hoping that his goaltender's more aggressive here.
Well, he's really trying to really front that guy, but at some point, if you're Marco Scandella, you have to protect this play right here, hoping Mikko Koivu could have got back, but a nice set of hands right there.
The boards in the Minnesota zone. Fontaine banks it out for Carter. Carter one-on-one into the Nashville zone. Stops in the corner, looks for support, drops to Brodziak. Brodziak settles it down, but then has his shot blocked. Long one by Folin, got through, saved by Rinne. He was falling backward, but still got the skate on it. Jones around to the far side. Wilson tied up on those boards by Vanek. Wilson got it to the line. Spurgeon able to hold. Vanek to Coyle. Coyle on a backhand save. Rinne, they score! Zach Parise!
Watch the drive to the net, though, and I love that Zach Parise continues to do this. He just goes there. He's putting the brakes on, and I have a feeling they're going to give that one a thumbs up because he's putting the brakes on and stopping motion. He's allowed to direct it, but he can't kick it.
Haula banks it off the boards for Cook. Cook's cross-ice pass to Niederreiter. Failed to click, but Haula was there to support. Now Suter banks it ahead. Smith dumps it back in. The Predators had to retouch. Great battle by Smith to get a shot away on Kemper. Puck comes out to the near side. Cullen drops it back to Fisher. Reds bring it in. A centering pass. Cullen scores. Somehow he was able to deflect this pass from Victor Bartley.
Kemper will come off of his goalpost here. He's there, he's good, and then look how his back comes off of it. That's where he needs to press the pad down against the post and get that side of the net locked in, but he doesn't. His shoulder comes off of it.
Then he's bumped off the puck by Scandella in the corner. Marco Scandella starts the rush for Minnesota. His pass out of the reach of Vanek. Wild changing as the Predators come back in. Drop pass for Bourque. He wheels and fires on the backhand. And Kemper has to make another stop.
Pretty remarkable. He's leading the league in goals against for goaltenders that have...
And another goal for Nashville.
Oh, this one's not good either. Just another one that rolls over the stick of Darcy Kemper as I'm... Well, face off, it pops up in the air, but just a rolling puck, and it's a backhander. It looks like it catches the goal.
Fourth goal of the season. Cullen settles it down. Watched by Scandella and Brodziak. Second power play chance for Nashville in this game. They did not score on the first. Weber with a rocket. Glove save, Backstrom.
Good save there through traffic. Used the goaltender's leg as a backboard, and instead it bounced off and out of harm's way.
Roy lost it to Koivu. Plays across for Zucker. Zucker with Pominville breaking toward the net. Fires on goal. And Rinne with the save.
That same kind of tactic, and it's tough. You got to really get the puck up to your wingers and have them just chip it into the zone. You got to concede the fact that you may not have the kind of freedom that you're used to.
Here's a chance for Minnesota, and it's off the post. Zucker rings the bell. Scandella flips it in. Scandella hustles in on the forecheck. Got the puck to Parise. Centers. Coyle saved by Rinne. Scandella. Another save by Rinne. And the whistle. Two unbelievable stops by the Predator goaltender.
Shot right here. It's a great hop for Charlie Coyle. And then you see, look at the chest bump there, soccer style by Scandella. And it still got underneath, and Jones makes a great save. Charlie Coyle has another crack at it. My goodness.
The third shot went in, so we got a good goal.
Wow. That's, well, they can review whether the puck went over the line or not, but I don't know where they were able to find that one.
Favor.
Spurgeon plays it in for Minnesota. Final seconds of a wild power play. Zucker gives to Vanek, and he's stopped by Rene.
Oh, those long legs thwarted Vanek.
Vanek recovers a loose puck, chips it off the boards and out to neutral ice. Josi spins away from Parisi. Wild playing without Mikael Granlund tonight. Smith is in here. Fire save. Backstrom. Fisher on the rebound. And Backstrom able to cover. Momentum seems to have shifted back to Nashville. Port carries it in for the Predators. His shot deflected by Prosser, and it bounced right out in front of Backstrom. He sweeps it away. Ekholm plays it back across. Bork was tied up and couldn't get a shot on the rebound. Back to Spurgeon. Deflects into the Nashville zone. Jones goes back to picking up for the Predators. Jones carries ahead, pestered from behind by Zucker. Smith drives one in. It's on goal, and Backstrom will hang on.
In the action down low with chances like that, at some point, he's certainly going to get a well-deserved break.
Mentioned earlier, 2 assists already for Coyle tonight. Spurgeon in. Drops to Pominville. A shot saved by Rene. And he covers the loose puck in the half of the second period, or the third period. Smith drops. Forsberg in. Fires wide. Got his own rebound and scores. Played it off the end wall. Pass to himself, and the high-scoring rookie beats Backstrom on the rebound. 4-3 Nashville.
Him trailing the play, just kind of wandering into the zone, and it actually deflected off Suter's shin guard and hit the backboards and went right back to him. So it was a fortuitous bounce, but you know, keep in mind, one of their defensemen had jumped in on the play.
Still trying to protect the puck. He's knocked down, but got it to Suter. Parisi up against the end boards. His pass handcuffs Koivu, and the Predators come to center. Fisher shorthanded. Fisher fires. Glove save Backstrom, and he hangs on. A minute 24. Parisi shoved into the boards by Weber. Suter reaches center ice for the Wild and flips it in. Parisi on the forecheck. He and Weber have gone toe-to-toe a couple of times in this game. By Brodziak. Back to Ribeiro. He goes down low for Wilson. Ribeiro gives to Smith. Back to Ribeiro. Across. Ellis winds and fires, and a save by Backstrom.
Backstrom nice and square on that one.
Scandella with a chance. His clearing attempt held by Josi. Weber holds. Plays across for Josi. Winds and fires. Scores. Josi on the power play, and Nashville has a 2-goal lead.
Right over top of him. Josi just winds up and blasts, and it just floats up over top of him, and what a shot that was. Backstrom didn't move on it. He was being screened by his own defender, and then the fact that the puck's coming over
Till tried to center for Parisi. Koivu along the boards. Charlie Coyle got it out to the point for Suter. Suter to Pominville, looking, fires, score! A power play goal. It's a 1-goal game.
hard shot from the point man. In this case, it's Pominville. You're not going to get a good deflection, but this is a good, hard, low shot, and Parisi deflects it up.
It has to go back to Scandella in his own zone. Scandella sidesteps one man, finds Koivu at neutral ice. Koivu into the Nashville zone. A shot. Rene didn't handle it cleanly, but covers. And it's relayed in by Carter. Brodziak in on the attack for Minnesota. Coming off a game in which he scored a goal. Had Minnesota's goal against Boston early in the game here on Wednesday night. Spurgeon tied up with Cullen behind the net. Cullen walks out front center for Fisher, and it was deflected by Zucker just enough. Wilson in the corner, spins away from Scandella. Walks out front, Cullen with a shot, and Backstrom somehow keeps it out of the net. Works his way into the corner. Up high, Suter. Suter a long shot, and it was just out of the reach of Pominville. Scandella, tip Vanek, score!
the boards. He's on the hash marks, but he sees and he knows that there's numbers in front of the net and numbers that favor the Minnesota Wild. And this beautiful deflection here in front and the follow-up again.
The overtime winners for Minnesota this year. Out to the point, Ekholm gives to Wilson. Wilson trying to escape Scandella. He centers. Backstrom trying to cover. He can't get there. Zucker sweeps it away. Watched by Pominville as he goes to the corner. Ekholm still with it. Walks out front. Ekholm scores. And for the second consecutive game, the Wild rally in the third, but then fall in overtime.
How he uses the defenders in front of the net to circle around and basically cut off Pominville. Pominville just runs out of space, and this one just floats under the arm of Backstrom. And the extra point goes to the Predators.